Hello, friends and followers of Pinzon Ministries. Well, I think I want to talk a little with Jewish people. Well, kind of for all. Well, the thing is, Jewish mm, have some patterns of life. They keep the Shabbat, they keep the feasts, they eat kosher food. Well, maybe they want to know how a Christian lives. Well, I pray. I pray in the name of Jesus. I ask for my needs, for the needs of my family, to God. In Jesus' name, I pray for my ministry. Well, talking about food, well, I try to be healthy. You know, a healthy diet. But yes, I appreciate this kosher food. I'm actually eating some kosher tuna we have here in Colombia. Well, I play tennis. I actually, by law, that those terms, I don't keep any feasts, I don't keep the Shabbat. I mean, it is not something I must do as a Christian. But I like to have in mind all those commandments, all those laws. I actually remember all those commandments, all those feasts. I have memory of those feasts because I understand that calendar, the Jewish calendar, is in certain way the calendar of God. So I like that. I like to have memory of that. Um, and yes, I remember all those seasons, all those feasts, and in certain way, I celebrate all those feasts, including the Shabbat. But well, I I don't like to buy things like pork, or that kind of food is not good according to the law. But if someday I find myself before some pork ribs, well, I eat those pork ribs. Um, and I learn of you, Jewish people, because you are my oldest brother. And what I do, and what I do? Well, fasting, watching, to keep some all those spiritual disciplines God talk about in the Bible, God give us in the Bible. Well, that's kind of basically what we Christians do. Well, most Christians don't remember those Jewish feasts and not the Shabbat. But I have memory of all that thing because I understand there is much wisdom of God in the law, in the prophets, of course, in all that Old Testament. I understand that. And I understand there is a blessing in to keep all these feasts. But I also understand we Christians have this freedom to don't keep those feasts. What, why for, or what is the reason for that? Well, because I understand all the sins I mean, Jesus Christ paid, really paid for all those Shabbats, for all those pork ribs, for all these feasts of tabernacles. I don't keep, and many don't keep. His sacrifice was a complete sacrifice. Even to eat blood, in my country, in Colombia, we have some preparation. It's made with blood and rice. Of course, it's cooked blood, you know. But in our culture, we have that food and we eat that. The thing I also understand, I'm saying that now, I'm talking about now, about it is the sacrifice of Jesus Christ was a complete sacrifice, not only for Shabbats, not only for tabernacles, but also for blood, also for those strangle, I don't know if that's the word, sorry, no, you got the air and kill an animal that way or by pressing his throat, you know what I'm talking about. I understand Jesus Christ paid for all that. I barely understand that because that's what the Bible says. And Jesus Christ, his sacrifice was a complete sacrifice. Otherwise, nobody will be saved by Jesus Christ. So, let it that way. What I'm saying is biblical. So, live in your freedom. giving your free will. God knows how lead us. God bless you. Bye bye.